Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is the MVP of the National Football League. I know we're just 6 games in, but I'm putting all of my money on Baker Mayfield. He's turned me into a believer. You guys know I hate short quarterbacks, but this weekend I caught religion. I'm just telling you, I caught the Baker Mayfield religion. The guy escaped a sack. I think it was 3rd and 14. And they got him dead to rights, 2 guys. He scrambles out from underneath that. Then he starts running. It's 3rd and 14. He starts running. And 2 more defenders come in. He shakes them, picks up the first down on 3rd and 14 with his legs, comes back the next play and drops a dime for a touchdown. And I'm like, oh, man, Baker Mayfield is the real deal. I just have to give it to him. Baker Mayfield is the real deal, and I got to get over my short quarterback thing. This guy is on his 4th NFL team. No one made excuses for him. No one whined and cried and said, oh, it's racism. Baker Mayfield can't get a job. I know he's white, but they didn't make any excuses for him. He just came back, turned himself into a real player. Hats off to Baker Mayfield. I don't know of another, well, Josh Allen, I guess, is still a candidate, but I don't, the people the last week that were shouting, Dak, what about Dak? What about that? Dak's on a losing team. Cut it out. Cut it out. It's Baker Mayfield. All right, let's move to truth number 9.
9.
The Indianapolis Colts, I love them. But they got to come up with a pass rush. They have to come up with a pass rush. The Arizona Cardinals gave them fits yesterday because the Indianapolis Colts don't have a defensive lineman. I was sitting there thinking, holy cow, please, please, please. Because I've jumped on the Colts bandwagon. They're the real deal. I like Daniel Jones. I love Jonathan Taylor. I love everything about this team except for their pass rush. But I was sitting there during the week or during yesterday's games going, man, they got to make a play for Trey Hendrickson. Then Trey Hendrickson breaks his back or hurts his back, and I'm sitting there like, see, this is why the Cincinnati Bengals are a god-awful organization. You have to strike when you have a chance. When Joe Burrow went down, you immediately move on from Trey Hendrickson. You trade him while he has value. That's what a smart organization would do. Joe Flacco is not going to fix what's wrong with the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow's not going to come back in December or January and make some sort of difference. They should have moved on from Trey Hendrickson as soon as Joe Burrow went down. It's like, hey, man, we got to hit abort mission. Let's get some draft picks. Let's get some draft capital here with Trey Hendrickson. They've blown that opportunity. All right, number 8, let's move on.
8.
Tua Tagovailoa made an absolute fool of himself in his post-game interview. Man threw 3 interceptions yesterday and wants to come in the post-game interview and start running his mouth about guys missing meetings. Let's play the clip.
Yeah. Well, I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things like that.
Let me tell you what happened to Tua here, and this is why he's struggling at quarterback. He needed to call an audible. What happened was, during the week leading up to it, Tua's frustrated. Man, we're having meetings. Guys are showing up late. Guys are missing the meetings. They just don't care, and Tua's upset about it. And he's like, man, I'm going to say something about this after the game. This is what he's telling himself on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever. The game happens. Tua doesn't look all that sharp, throws 2 or 3 interceptions, and it's like he needed to call an audible. It's like, this ain't the right time for me to give this speech about leadership and guys need to show up for meetings. He didn't call the audible. He ends up making a fool of himself. Now his teammates be like, man, who you calling out? Quit throwing the ball to the other team. Tua, you got to be able to call an audible. Let's keep it moving to number 7.
7.
Dylan Gabriel. No. Midget quarterback. He's not any good. I'm not even sure if he's mid. 29 of 52 for 221 yards yesterday. Dylan Gabriel, the fact that the Cleveland Browns and Kevin Stefanski will not give up on Dylan Gabriel is an indication of just how much Kevin Stefanski doesn't like Shedeur Sanders and understands Shedeur Sanders' role in this organization. Trust me, you're hearing this here first. Shedeur Sanders was drafted by Andrew Berry, the general manager, team president, whatever. He was drafted by Andrew Berry to take leverage away from Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski had the most leverage in the organization. He's the 2-time NFL Coach of the Year. He had leverage within the organization. Shedeur is a wedge issue now. The entire fan base is turning on Kevin Stefanski. There's pressure on Kevin Stefanski to play Shedeur Sanders. Stefanski's dead right. Shedeur Sanders is a cancer. He's an unlikable leader. He has no leadership qualities. He has more talent, more arm talent probably than Dylan Gabriel, but he's such an awful human being, such an awful leader, discipled by Deion Sanders, that Kevin Stefanski's like, man, I'm going to stand my ground, because if I get Shedeur out here, if I reward Shedeur with his toxic mentality, toxic behavior, I can't lead this way. But Shedeur Sanders, a third-string quarterback, a fifth-round pick, is going to end up costing Kevin Stefanski his job. He's going to be forced to play a quarterback he does not like, doesn't think has the leadership ability, doesn't think he knows the game well enough, but he's going to be forced to play him. If he plays Shedeur and he has success, Kevin Stefanski will be blamed for not developing him earlier. If he goes out there and stinks, Kevin Stefanski is going to be blamed. Well, you didn't call the right plays for him. You didn't. You know that's a black quarterback. You got to call plays with more seasoning than that. Or who knows what excuse they'll come up with. You didn't play the right music in the locker room. You didn't bring the right rappers into the locker room. You weren't black enough, Kevin Stefanski. You must be fired. A fifth-round pick is going to get Kevin Stefanski fired in Cleveland, and Kevin Stefanski will go someplace else and turn into the second coming of Bill Belichick. Mark my words. He's a very good coach. He's in the wrong organization. Bill Belichick was in the exact same situation at one point. All right, let's keep it moving.
6.
I'm not buying the 4-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. I watched enough yesterday to be like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. Aaron Rodgers threw a moon ball yesterday. One of the worst looking passes I've ever seen. The Pittsburgh Steelers are playing the Cleveland Browns. The Browns that are in the toilet. The Steelers are coming off a bye. And that game was close throughout. If they had had any type of quarterbacking, they would have beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers had someone open, flying open deep, and he couldn't get him the ball. And I was like, that's one of the worst throws I've ever seen. And there wasn't enough pressure to justify just how bad this pass was from Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers are so bad, and I'm so suspicious of them, I'm not giving up on the 1-5 Baltimore Ravens winning that division. That is crazy for me to say it, but I said it. All right, let's move on.
5.
Sam Darnold is on his 5th team. 5th team. He's played for the Jets. He's played for the Panthers. He's played for the 49ers. He's played for the Vikings. No one played a violin for Sam Darnold. No one made excuses for him. No one cried for him. Now he's the leader of the Seattle Seahawks, And man, the Seattle Seahawks look pretty damn good to me. Pretty damn good. I like the Seattle Seahawks a lot. Sam Darnold is 18-5 in his last 23 regular season starts, 48 TDs and 15 picks. He's got 11 TDs and 3 INTs. They went on the road yesterday and beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm telling you, that's a more impressive accomplishment than what you think. Sam Darnold, the real deal. No one's shedding any tears for him. Let's keep it moving.
4,
I've already said this in the opening, but I'm going to repeat it. Todd Bowles has turned into a hell of a football coach. The Bucs are 5-1. I played the clip already. I'm going to play it again because it's my favorite clip of the day of Todd Bowles talking this a couple years ago. This is the difference between Todd Bowles and all these other black coaches that want to be victims and want to see themselves as some kind of special unicorn and, oh, woe is me. These NFL owners won't give me a chance. Yes, I'm making $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 million a year, but you just don't understand the racism that I'm facing. Todd Bowles wants none of that. I love him. This guy is a tremendous coach. Just play the clip again so I can pleasure myself. I'm sorry for saying that. Play the clip.
You and Mike Tomlin are two of the few black head coaches in the league. I wonder what your relationship is like with them and your thoughts on Steve Wilks joining that fold.
I have a very good relationship with Tomlin. We don't look at what color we are when we coach against each other. We just know each other. I have a lot of very good white friends that coach in this league as well, and I don't think it's a big deal as far as us coaching against each other. I think it's normal. Wilkes got an opportunity to do a good job. Hopefully he does it. And we coach ball. We don't look at color.
But you also understand that representation matters too, right? And that when young aspiring coaches or even football players, they see you guys, they see someone that looks like them, maybe grew up like them, that has to mean something.
Well, when you say you see you guys and look like them and grow up like them, means that we're oddballs to begin with. And I think the minute you guys stop making a big deal about it, everybody else will as well.
You know what I hate about this comment so much? Well, it's important for representation for young people to see guys like. I grew up in a black household. When my parents were married, my mama and daddy both black. When my parents got divorced, my mother remained black. When my father got remarried to Loretta, both black. When my father got remarried again to Anna Marie, both black. When my father went from girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend, all black. These people have no idea what it's like to grow up black, what it's like to... The entire mentality is so frustrating to me, and I'm so pleased that Todd Bowles has rejected the mentality and has gone on to build a team that I think will have a chance to have a good playoff run, if not a championship playoff run, and he's going to blow up the narrative that all black people look alike, think alike, talk alike, all buy into the Black Lives Matter BS, all buy into the victimhood mentality. I could just go on and on and on all day about Todd Bowles and this deal. Let's keep it moving.
3,
The Green Bay Packers, they're pretenders. Completely unimpressed with their victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. That was Joe Flacco out there that almost beat the Green Bay Packers, took them all the way into the fourth quarter. Micah Parsons hasn't added virtually anything at all. Jordan Love, I think, is overvalued. The Packers in the last 3 games, they lost to Flacco with the Browns. They tied Dallas, the Dallas team that has no defense. And they had to battle yesterday to beat Cincinnati with Joe Flacco quarterbacking them again on like 3 days preparation. The Packers are not impressive. The least impressive 3-1-1 team that we've seen. These last 3 opponents are 5-11-1, and the Packers are basically 1-1-1 against them. Not impressed with the Green Bay Packers. Let's keep it moving.
2,
Justin Fields is the main reason Aaron Glenn should not be fired. Justin Fields is not a legitimate NFL quarterback. The Jets are one of the worst teams I've ever seen offensively. 82 yards in total offense yesterday. Justin Fields is, from a talent standpoint, he's not the worst quarterback I've seen. But there is a mental aspect of the game that Justin Fields just isn't ready for at the pro level, and he is an anchor around Aaron Glenn's whole program. I want to give Aaron Glenn, and there's a shot they'll go 0-17. There's a shot they'll go 0-17 with that offense. I think Aaron Glenn deserves another shot. He deserves it perhaps with this quarterback at Indiana, the Fernando Mendoza. He needs a quarterback. He does not have one right now. All right, let's get to my final NFL truth.
1.
All right, my final NFL truth is, what's up with all the gay commercials during NFL games? Yesterday, for some reason, I paid more attention to the commercials. I don't know why. Normally I don't zoom in on them, but I want to start with the Will Ferrell. Do we have the Will? Yeah, let's start with the Will Ferrell gay commercial that I was watching Sunday, and I'm like, what's the NFL doing? Play the clip.
Just getting glammed up for a commercial. Don't come in, I'm still in here. I don't care if this is the only bathroom in the house. This is my time. You can pay your own way.
All right, that's a PayPal commercial, and that is not the exact one that ran on Sunday. They somehow, you can't find the one. It's very similar. Will Ferrell's in a bathtub, hair in curlers. I mean, it's gay as anything. It's the gayest commercial I've ever seen. But that's the best representation of the commercial that aired yesterday that we could find. They seem to be hiding this. That's a PayPal commercial. Then DirecTV has a gay commercial that it's airing during NFL games. Play the clip.
Thought they were out of style, huh? Well, check their new game day fit. Oh, snap! DirecTV got hot.
That's right. DirecTV is flexing with all those pro and college games at your fingertips. This ain't your dad's cable, son. It's couture.
Thank you. I got this. Catching your favorite teams is easy. Whether it's on live TV or streaming, your games are front and center.
We're talking Taylor fit. DirecTV ain't playing.
They're playing football.
Well, yeah, obviously they're playing football, but they knew what I was talking about.
The ultimate pro and college football experience.
Go ahead, call me homophobic, call me whatever, but this has no business being connected to the National Football League. This is intentional. And that commercial is not the exact commercial that ran on Sunday because there's different camera angles and there's different endings. Yesterday they kept showing one where the guy reached between the other guy's legs to grab the microphone, and they showed you him reaching between the guy's leg to grab the remote. And what are we doing? And you're wondering why the NFL has booked Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl halftime, this promotion of gender fluidity, this promotion of the LGBTQIA plus silent P crowd. It's all over their advertising. What are we doing? And it's clear as day what we're doing. They want fathers and sons, fathers and children sitting on the couch, sitting in the living room, sitting in their man caves, watching football with their sons. And they want the sons and daughters to ask, what's that? They want that question. They're trying to force that conversation on all parents and all kids. And they're going to promote that at the Super Bowl with this Bad Bunny gimmick. Can we just watch football without getting the gay thing shoved down our throat? Could we just watch football without the sexual stuff shoved down our throat? It's unnecessary and it's intentional.
Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.